Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. It's Sunday evening, and we're here for the second round of the Red Bull Junior X's. Wow! What an exciting round one we had. I mean, obviously, we've got a couple of guys heads and shoulders above the others. IR Graham and a Psycho Pace. We're looking very good last week, but we had some great fighting down the field, so plenty of entertainment for us all to watch. I'll get to the table. Jam used his Joker last week, and so did Flashman, so they got double the points, double pointois. We're here at Lago Maggiore West as well, if you're wondering. I've got some track info. Hey up. Look, I'm really on the ball today, aren't I, eh? Let me see then. Discord. Boom, 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 boom. Red Bull season info. Here we go. I'll tell you. Yeah, round 2, Lago Maggiore West. 12 laps, and we're going to race 11:30 in the morning, fine weather. 6:15 in sunny weather, and 8 o'clock sunny weather. Did I not put the track distances in? I did. There we go. 2.59 miles, and it's 13 corners. I've had a little practice round here, I must say. Let's go on board, and I'll see if I can talk you through this bad boy. Psycho Pace just entering the room. Like I said, he had good pace last week. So here we're going down the start straight. I was braking around the 100 marker board. Ooh, he's way past the 100 marker board. Down into third for the left-hander, knocking it down to second. Ooh, wow, it's ragged. Let's go around here, banging onto the accelerator. A little slight lift I was having to do mid-corner. Yeah, there was a little lift there. Up to fourth, beautiful stuff. Fifth, it's flat out all the way through here. Sixth, flat out, easy. Going up now to the really tight hairpin. I was braking at the little black marker, but just before the 50 mark board, that black warning light. Down to third, over the apex. Oh wow, that's some speed. I mean, I managed a 16.6. I did 17.1, I think, earlier in the week, 17.3. And then I managed a 16.5 earlier. I was having a little nip around with Carbon Dwarf. There we go. Fifth gear, he takes that off, going down to fourth and knocking it down to third here, but he's fifth and fourth. Big difference in speed there. Wow, that's amazing. Going into the last corner, we can see he's knocked it down to fifth. I was going down to fourth again. See, this is why these guys are a lot faster than me. They're taking these corners in a lot higher gear. So there you see a 1:16.4. It's a very, very different track than what we had last week. Last week's ups and downs, high curves. Here we have pretty much a flat piece of road. So these cars should be a lot more stable. There we see IR Graham. Last week's overall winner. He won all 3 races, I must say. He was impressive. Why has that happened? I don't know. I'll touch the controller. So I'll quickly give you a run of the table. In first place, after 1 round, IR Graham is leading by 66 points. In second spot, I was going to try and go through him, but I can't find him now. He's in the pits, obviously. Here we go, 12. We have a Jam in second place on 61 points. He's used his Joker though, so he's doubled his points, and he's only 5 points away from IR Graham, the leader. Psycho Pace in third in the championship. Ooh, we've had a few car changes. I must say, a few little livery tweaks from last week. He was driving in the bluey green looking car. It's looking different this week. Why have we gone to that? We should be on variable. Oh, he's gone in the pits. Anyway, let's not get carried away with people's liveries. Let's just get on with IR Graham is leading the championship, 66 points. In second place, we have a VRC Jam, who's on 61 points, but he has used his Joker in round 1. In third, Psycho Pace on 53 points. In fourth, Matt Psycho on 45 points. In fifth, Stevie Styler on 37 points. In sixth, Jack's Racing on 31 points. I've seen his livery. He's got a new livery. It looks awesome. Let me have a quick show you. Look at that. Nice. So Jack's Racing in 6th on 31 points. In 7th, Flashman, who used his Joker in round 1 on 26 points. In 8th, Skyjacker on 23 points. He is using his Joker this week, so he'll be earning everything Skyjacker earns this week, including fastest laps, poles are doubled. Lul JS is in 9th on 21 points, only 2 points behind Skyjacker. In 10th, Darren Salmon on 19 points. In 11th, Noxie on 18 points. Noxie also has called his Joker this week, so he'll be scoring double. In 12th, Jim on Wise also on 18 points, the same as Noxie. In 13th, GT Rabbit on 11 points. And in 14th place, Carbon Dwarf also on 11 points. So that's the table just after one round. And I mean, from 5th, Stevie Styler, all the way down, there's barely anything in it. The top 3, I.R. Graham, Jam's in the shout as well, Psycho Pace and I.R. Graham do seem to be a level above everybody else, but we'll have a quick look how practice is going, shall we? So I.R. Graham there, whoosh, he has managed a 15.851 and he's 3/10 ahead of Jack's Racing. Oh, he's got an helmet to match, look at that, awesome, fantastic stuff. Oh, we've got some chats. Pat in the chat, hi, feeling better this week without the pressure of hosting? Yeah. Well, it's just because the servers are absolutely having a nightmare in the GT world. And more often than not this week, we've had some sort of issue in our races. So Skyjacker had offered, well, Jam and Skyjacker both offered to take over hosting just in case something went wrong. Because I don't know if I could handle it. Psycho Pace wants to go, of course he does. Skyjacker is there in the Iron Brew liveried car, looking absolutely spanking. He's doubled up today, so he'll be looking for, oh, look at that sideways. You can get them sideways, I must say. When I was practicing, you can you could go sideways racing if you really wanted. I think you lose too much time, but it is fun dragging one of those things sideways around the corner, and you can catch it, you can get away with it, it's great. So Matt Psycho there, he is some 800ths behind Skyjacker, and he's had a delivery change. It's all the same people, Sick Children's Fund, but he's merged the blue and the purple together. I like it a lot, it's very cool, looks nice. Kale's in, so Kale's a reserve driver. He seems to have turned up. We'll have to keep an eye on Discord to see if someone can't get in the room, because we do have, I think, a full lobby. Oh no, we're still missing one, so someone's not quite shown, or a couple. But yeah, he asked today if he can have a go. We were all up for it. He was not showing up yet. I saw Jim One Wise, didn't I? That's Psycho. There's Kale. It's a nice looking car though, got to be said. GT Rabbit, he was green last week, he's grey this week, but still looking very nice in the Acelith designed livery car. Look at that, nice. There's Darren Salmon, he's in Senna's old car, looking absolutely spanking with the candy livery there over the front. What do you call that? Hub? Wheel cover. Flashman in the green and white. Is that not Acelith as well? Acelith. I'm not quite sure until it comes around. I can get a good look at the side. Oh, it's too fast. I think it's Castrol. Actually, yeah, it's Castrol. Is that not one of Pat's designs? Were there any PST race on Tuesday? Did that manage to get done with the issues there have been this week? Says Pat. No, there was no Porsche this week. They're going to rerun it. They're going to rerun it next Tuesday, and it's just going to run a week later than it would normally. There we see Jim on Wise just managed to get around that first corner. It's a tricky one. You've really got to kill the speed in that first corner. You can't break late into it. There's Carbon with an 18.6. Noxie there in 4th. I'm not sure who we're missing. I'm number 15, so there is still a space unless someone's in the group, but no one's in the chat saying I can't get in. Can you get in? Lul JS is who he's missing. I think he did the tick saying he was coming. So I'm not sure right now what's going on. I'm rather nervous. Someone's not going to be able to get in. I might have to ask Cale to leave. But we'll see. Jim Johnson says, watching on the big screen this week, much to the wife's despair. Let's smash this, chaps. Yes. It's part of the Carbon Dwarf fan base. It's Jim Johnson. It looks like he's shunned the wife out the room and he's watching on the big screen. There's Stevie Styling's car looking absolutely spanking. Yeah, baby. I like it. GT Rabbit. Like I said, he's changed from a green to a grey and I like it. I like it a lot. Cale's going with the snakeskin look. It's very cool with just a simple Red Bull on the sides. Darren Salmon, like we said. Darren Salmon sitting around 10th in the championship, just a point ahead of Noxie and Jim One Wise. Skyjacker says hi in the chat. Right, we've got about, I'd say 7 minutes till qualifying, a 10-minute qualifying session here. Then we will be having 3 Garam races. Yeah, man. 3 super duper short, well, short, 12 laps around here. That Psycho, I am liking that car, Matt. That's really nice. It's awesome stuff. Jam in his Red Bull livery with heel tread, one of our friends on the side. In the chat, Pat says XGR J Roman in, looking on the driver's lineup list, he might be the one not in. Yeah, I can't see Lul JS, and Roman didn't come last week, but Skyjack said he did friend him today. So not sure on the ins and the outs. There's nothing on Discord. No one's on Discord saying, can he get in? Like, can he get into the room? Yeah, that was my Welsh accent, if you were wondering. Can he get into the room? Like, with a little bit of scouse, I think, at the end there. Like if I don't drink all my milk, I'll only be good enough to play for Acton and Stanley. Acton and Stanley. Who are they? Exactly. There you go, Jam. Going into the... No, is he? Yeah, he's going into the pits. Matt Psycho, Cale's up 4th fastest so far, only a 10th behind the Jam. Just checked, no friend from Lou. No, I've looked on Discord, it doesn't look like anyone's missing anything so far. So, it looks like we've got 5 minutes till qualifying. And if they can't get here, in time, then they can't take part. It's a new rule. I've just come up with a we gashes you. Does it offend everyone what my Scottish accent, my Welsh accent? All of my accents, I'm sure all my accents offend. They're all Welsh. Skyjack says have fun. I'm gonna be having some fun tonight. That's my Irish accent. Acton Stanley. Why have you come over here? What, your iPad? You live and die by the iPad. Hey, bag on. Little stretch out, get myself limbered up for this championship while I try and look through my kid's head who stood in front of the television saying Acton Stanley. You don't even know what the Acton Stanley is. Ian Rush says if I don't drink all my milk. So we got IR Graham still fastest with that 15.5. Oh, qualifying's going to be so tight. Matt Psycho is pace doing a little bit of a sandbagging here. He's got a 16.6 so far out of that bad boy. Oh, I do like that car. It's got like a yellow tinge to it. Tinge, I said tinge. Don't be so filthy out there. But yeah, man alive. He's got one of those special pearlescent paintworks underneath that, I reckon, and it looks banging. Absolutely. Slowed the car down though, it seems. I liked his livery from last week, so wow. Gone above and beyond. There is IR Graham. Is he the only man in the 15s? No. Matt Psycho's managed to touch 15. Jammy, he's there. Just about in the 15s. Kale, ooh, he's on the border. He's on the border looking in. Skyjacker, ooh, I'm not sure because he's been in and come out again. Psycho pace 16.6, but I'm sure he's on one now. Can we? Can we? We can, and we will, because that's my favourite position. Yum yum to the Red Bull. Look at this. I'm drinking Red Bull, watching Red Bull, talking Red Bull. They should give me some money. Dual JB has been held up. He will miss quali, but will make race 1. Is that okay? I guess so, yeah. I don't know who's not here. It's alright with me. And everyone seems to be in the rim. My numbers are all over the place. Darren Salmon, GT Rabbit, so Lou. Yes, 14. But I'm number 15, so then there is room for one more, 16. And I don't know who it is, who's not here. Look at me sitting in the car, in the pits. Here we go. Paceman, Psycho Pace says, a man struggling. Bet he's not had no practice, that's why. He's jumped straight in. Ooh, someone just had an off. Can I find them quick? Oh, it looks like it was Skyjacker getting it out of his system. He's going to be on time loading now. Oh, but I don't know. See, I'm not the host, so it's not my issue. No one's answered him yet, though. Is Skyjacker typing? That might be what Skyjacker is doing now. There is still no chat in the Red Bull Discord. I'm not missing anything there, I don't believe. I'm watching Skyjacker sitting doing nothing. We keep going back to IR Graham. I'm trying to find a different car for you to watch. Where's Jack's Racing? He's got really hot stuff on his hands. Here I'll go. We'll watch Carbon for a little bit. I do like his car. I like the green and the orange together. It's got a matching helmet, so it's always good. Hang on, I'm still looking Red Bull chat. No, nothing. No. VLC Skyjacker is adding you now. Ha ha ha. He's been on time loading now. He needs to send me a friend, I think, said Skyjacker. So, oh yeah, Roman. It's Roman who's not showing up. That's why he's not on my list, because he didn't take part last week. Ooh, someone just sent... Yes, someone sent my wife a friend's request called Ben Davids on Facebook. It's just come up on the iPad. We'll be questioning her later. Ben Davids? Never heard of him. Maybe it's my... Is it my Facebook on the iPad? Yeah, it's my iPad. Not sure, but he's friend with a load of people. Oh, I think he's one of those agencies that try and get contractors to work in F1 places. Ready, here we go, guys. Look, the ready's come up. Giving it a yeet today. Yeet! Here we go. I'm up for it. I'm not hosting. This is easy for me now. I'm just sitting here, swinging my arms around, not worrying about anything. Oh God, my joystick's gone a bit whack though. I think what happens is, in frustration, never use your controller as a hammer, because I think that's what's happened to mine, and now the joystick is absolutely mullered. So Psychopath says good luck racers. Jim Johnson says he's got the Demon Panda Racing Green on the go Dwarf, and we're going down now, counting to the... He's only 2/10 off a Flash, man. He's got a good time under his belt as a Carbon, the Panda. So 10 minutes of qualifying, ladies and gents, although I think it's mainly gents. Do not like to force gender on people. Oh man, we have got some sexy looking cars in this championship, I've got to say. So there they all are, streaming out onto the track, trying to find themselves a little bit of racing room for quali. Oh, Psycho Pace, you may have gone to the top of my favourite list for liveries. It's shiny. As we can see, Darren Salmon warming up his tyres. Psycho Pace slowing right down now to try and find a little bit of racing space, give himself room. Jam is... So we've got Carbon, he is first on track, he's out there, he's wasting no time. Oh no, he's not first on track at all. Oh, there you go, Flashman is first on track. Now it's Shane Flashman's first on track. It's gone through a sector, you see. It's a very short qualifying time. It's a minute 16 lap time, so they can get a couple of laps in 10 minutes, I'd say. But yeah, it's quite tight at the longer tracks for them to manage it. So Flashman now starting his fastest lap with Darren Salmon. Matt Psycho very close to Darren Salmon there. Ooh, Jack's racing that first corner is going to catch a couple of guys out, I believe. I think Matt Psycho might have to back out of that, and Jack's Racing, they do look slightly close together there. I think, did Matt Psycho just go back in the pits? That was amazing. He just drove into station 19 and a half, 19 and a quarter. Flashman still there, leading the pack on the first flying lap. Now Graham, he was dominant in round one in all three races. He's a man that likes this Red Bull, it suits him. I don't think that we found a car that doesn't suit him yet. Stevie Styler, he was battling. I've got the places. Stevie Styler, he finished in fourth. Graham finished all three races in first. Psycho Pace finished all three races in second. Matt Psycho finished all three races in third. Stevie Styler finished all three races in fourth. So your top four were locked out last week, we're hoping. It's Jack's Racing was fifth, 7th, 5th. Jam, here we go, we've got times coming in now. Jack's Racing, no, IR Graham fastest with a 1:15.443. Stevie Styler next on the list, no it's not. Kale's gone fastest with a 15.425, with IR Graham in second with a 15.443. In third, we've got Psycho Pace with the 15.559. There are all nothing in it, is there? There's Jam did a 16.3 in fourth. Fifth place for Stevie Styler with a 16.5. No, Skyjacker. Skyjacker's just popped it into fifth. Yes, everything's the same so far. Stevie Styler in sixth with a 16.5. Jack's Racing in seventh with a 17.4. Noxie is down in eighth with a 17.9. He's using his Joker this week. Remember, everything's double for him. Darren Salmon at 18.0 in ninth. 10th, Flashman got a 120.1 in 11th. GT with a 30.7. Must have had a small mistake. Jim Wise there in 12th with a 35.1. Carbon 37.9. There's got to be a few mistakes here, and Matt Psycho's still going around. Lou has managed to make qualifying. How amazing is that? That's awesome. He's not gone out yet though. He's probably got some on. He's probably just rushed to get in, but he hasn't got anything set up yet. But he said that's cool. Just start from the back, I imagine. Make his way through. It'll be fun for him. So Kale, your pole sitter so far. Interesting. Very cool. IR Graham is only 100th behind him though in the times, with Psycho Pace a 10th behind them too. Jim on Wise set at another time. It's put him up into 8th place there with a 17.7. There we go, GT Rapid with a 17.9. See these guys at the back starting to set their times now. Matt Psycho has done a 16.0, has put him in 4th. That was a guess, wasn't it? Hey. So he's half a second virtually off of Psycho. Carbon going faster. Carbon, let's put it into, ooh, I can't find him. 13th, ahead of Flashman by 7/10 with a 19.4. And we know he can go faster than Carbon. I've seen him go faster. We had a little run around together today. So there you go. Last minute entry today. Oh, he's flying out wide there. He's learning the track limits. Jack's Racing has set a time. He's put himself up into 8th with a 16.855. It's all go, go, go down there. It's all changing around each lap. Oh, Jack's Racing's trying to use a bit of dirt. I don't think you got the grip there, my friend, but give it a go. Why not? That's what this championship's about. So Noxie setting a 17.5. Where does that put our man Noxie? Is in 10th. He's on the doubles. Got to be careful of that grass. Matt Psycho setting another time of a 15.9. He's broke into the 15s now. But he's still that 4 tenths off of Psycho pace. Flashman going faster. Flashman then has gone ahead of Carbon with a 1.1. Lou, honestly, he's not got a qualifying ban or anything. He just obviously got in, skin of his teeth, but wasn't ready. So I suppose he's going to get all his stuff together and wait for the first race and start from the back, or maybe he's just going to go out and do one lap. Darren Salmon going faster again. It's all moving around at the further back. 9th place for Darren Salmon. Cale and Graham both coming in. That's their lot done. 3 minutes left of qualifying, unless they're changing tyres. There is ×1 on the tyres, so there is some slight wear, but hopefully not enough to cause. Jim and Wise setting another time, 17.3, with Jam setting a time as well. Jam there in 4th place, ahead of Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho popping into the pits. Yeah, they are going for a tyre change. Look how quick they can get those covers off the tyres and back on again without you even seeing. It's like magic. So Rabbit setting a 16.8. Amazing. Where is he? He should be up in this top half, shouldn't he? There he is, 9th place, 16.8 for Rabbit. Carbon doing an 18.7. Flash. Oh, Lou's gone out there for his one run. Flashman there. He is half a second off of Noxie and 6 tenths ahead of Carbon. Nothing in it down here. 12 with Noxie. He's only 2 tenths off of Jim One Wise. Jim One Wise 2 thousandths off of Darren Salmon. Wow, the fight further down the grid there. Half a second ahead of him is GT Rabbit in 9th with Jack's Racing. 3 hundredths ahead of GT Rabbit in 8th. Stevie Styler 3 tenths ahead of Jack's Racing, and 2 hundredths behind Skyjacker, who's in 6th place. Matt Psycho there in 5th, nearly half a second ahead of Skyjacker, and only 7 hundredths behind Jam. Jam then is 3 tenths behind Psycho Pace, who is in 3rd. Io Graham is a 10th ahead of Psycho Pace, and Cale is your man at the top of the tree. He's the little angel, the star. Noxie going 17.5, which will put him only a 10th off of Jim One Wise's time now. It's tightening up down the back there. What a fight we are going to see from these guys. So Io Graham, he's going to be fighting for that pole. We've got 50 seconds left of qualifying. Can Io Graham get a second pole in the second round? We are watching him with bated breath as he crosses the line. It's 3 tenths down. We've got a race ahead. That's odd. I don't know who that is. That's Stevie Styler and Darren Salmon. You're not really meant to overtake in quali. Looks like Stevie Styler's backed out of that one. He's going to have to rush around though, or that's it. Lou has set a 17.0 for his one and only lap, and that's put him in a great 10th place ahead of Darren Salmon, just behind GT Rabbit. So not bad. He's going to get another run in. We've got 10 seconds left. Matt Psycho's gone faster. Matt Psycho has gone faster. He gets another run. He's done a 15.8. Wow, they're hanging it around there. 17.5 for Noxie. Noxie making a move in the last few laps of this. Oh, he's still there, 13th behind Jim. but he has gone faster. He's got a little bit closer. So up ahead then, has IR Graham got anything? No, he hasn't got the pace on Cale today. Cale is your man. Skyjack has gone a 15.9, and that's put him, he stayed in 6th, just behind Jam. Just. Did he only go like 100th faster or something than his previous time? I can't see his previous time. Jack's Racing a 16.3. So Cale still leading. IR Graham, that's it, he's Goose's cooked. He doesn't get the pole today. Jam throwing it around that last corner there. We're watching him coming down. There you go. Jam doesn't go any faster, nor does Cale. So Cale first, IR Graham second, Psycho Pace third, Matt Psycho is on his final lap. Jim on Wise has gone faster. He's gone 17.5. Ooh, let's have a look. Jim on Wise there. Oh God, run out of keys. There. Only 2/10 off of Lou, but there's no one else there. We saw, was Psycho Pace going for it? No, he hasn't done anything. That Psycho didn't go manage to do anything this last bit. There we go then, I think. So everyone's done their runs. I can't see anyone on a run. Jim Wise. Yeah. Oh, it's because IR Graham's in the pits, isn't it? That's it. But that is your grid. It's looking absolutely great. They're very close to each other in time, so we are in for a retreat, I reckon, with Cale sat on pole. Last minute entry. He's a reserve driver. He's got a nice looking car, almost Alpha Toure. IR Graham, so the race is on between the top 3 or 4. Jam and Skyjacker will be wanting to keep up with them. And I tell you, Jack's Racing's not really off the pace, is he? Jack's Racing, that sexy new Red Bull livery he's turned up with. I am big on that. Big on that indeedly. That is nice. Stevie Styler is in the pitch. There we see GT Rabbit with the new colours for round 2. I like it. I like it a lot. Lou in the Jordan replica B&H special. JP Benson Hedges Hornet in it. It was the Hornets. Jim on Wise in the Williams. Rothman's Williams. There's qualifying now ended. We're going into the race with Cale on pole, IR Graham, then Psycho Pace, and then Matt Psycho. Wow, pulled that out of the hat, Psycho Pace says, in the last dying embers. Here we go then, they're all lined up, sat on the grid for this race here around Lago Maggiore. West side. I think it's west, I'm pretty sure it's west. Right, let me take those big horrible numbers, clunky numbers, away. We're looking at pole sitter here. We can't see the lights, but we'll see them move. By Lord, we'll see them move. There they go, they're off. IR Graham's made a good start, but so has Cale, and they're all in their positions. Psycho Pace maintaining that third. This is a very tight corner. Will they all get through? Okay, it's looking okay now. Yes. Beautiful. It's some tight sections of corners there. So Cale taking the lead from the grid starts from IR Graham, who's ahead of Matt Psycho. Oh, Psycho Pace having a wild one there, but he's got it back under control, and he's heading up behind Psycho Pace. There's Jam under immense pressure from Skyjacker when I saw him going past. There they are, 3 in a row. Stevie Styler, Skyjacker, and the Jam. Really tight. There's Skyjacker having a look down the inside. Oh, there's a little contact, and there's side by side coming out the corner. Jam trying to close the door, but it was a little bit late. Skyjacker's nose was already there, and Stevie Styler is looking for a way past these 3. Up front then, Cale 6/10 ahead of IR Graham. Matt Psycho under immense pressure from Psycho Pace. Then you've got Jam under pressure from Skyjacker. Skyjacker under pressure from Stevie Styler. Then you have Jack's Racing just ahead of Lou, who's ahead of GT, but GT just had a really big one. So Darren Salmon now taking over that 10th place. And Darren Salmon dropping down the order. Oh, poor GT, he was having a great start. Oh, did we see Noxie just losing it? Noxie in the last corner. Oh, these cars, They can. You can push them a little too hard. And there we see Carbon moving up into 12th. Just a nice steady race from Carbon. He's already up 3 places. We didn't see what happened to Flashman. Put him down there. GT Rabbit, we saw having a small off. Got a bit of damage on the front there. And Noxie we saw having an off also, putting Carbon up into 12th. Right then, the lead, Kale, is a second ahead of IR Graham, Matt Psycho and Psycho Pace. They're all still there, stalemate, nothing changing. Skyjacker has got ahead of Jam. Jam's disappeared. Oh no, we missed Jam. Missed Jam, hang on. I don't know if this will give us anything. Oh, I don't know what happened, but he just had a small off and off. And he took Stevie with him. Oh, poor Stevie, just a poor stander by there. He didn't have anything. Nothing Jam could do about that. It wasn't like he'd done it on purpose, but off. Stevie must have thought, what the hell happened there? And that was how Jam got down to 15th. Oh, Carbon's dropped down to 15th in the replay. Not sure what's happened there. We can't replay everything. So Kale is only half a second ahead of IR Graham now. IR Graham got the fastest on that second lap so far. Matt Psycho in 3rd. He's half a second ahead of Psycho Pace. Skyjacker in 5th. He's on double points here. It's great for him if he can finish in that position. Jack's Racing following him through in 6th. There's Lou up to 7th. Didn't even look like he was going to make this round. Only got two laps of qualifying in, and he's up to 7th already. Darren Salmon in 8th with Jim One Wise there in 9th. Noxie up to 10th after his small off. Flashman up to 11th. That's how much it changes. 12th for Stevie Styler. Jam down into 13th. Rabbit into 14th, but he's chasing Jam. He's chasing Jam with a vengeance. And yes, I don't know what happened to Carbon. Poor Carbon. But we see GT and Vam Vrkam in a little battle there. So in the lead we still have Kale 7/10 ahead of IR Graham with Matt Psycho there. The pace in these guys is absolutely immense. Sat on board with Psycho Pace right now in 4th place. We can see 1st, 2nd and 3rd right ahead of us, just coming around to finish our complete our 4th lap. 3rd lap, sorry, to start our 4th lap. There you go. Crossing the line, it's scary going into this first corner, braking heavily, getting down to 3rd gear, getting onto that apex, getting the car, turning right down into 2nd gear to give us some extra. Oh, we're out wide, oh no, we're out wide. Does that mean Jack's racing? Where is Skyjacker? Skyjacker a little too far behind to make anything of that, but it gets him a little bit closer to Psycho Pace now, with Jack's Racing just following Skyjacker through. Lou still in 7th with Darren Salmon in 8th. But it looks to me like Jim One Wise is catching up Darren Salmon. So Darren Salmon will be feeling some pressure from the Williams Red Bull. Noxie in 10th, but he's got Stevie Styler catching him up. He's going faster though. Stevie Styler in 11th, didn't really know much about it. He's minding his own business, doing his race. And the Jam had a massive off, came back onto the track, collecting Stevie Styler with him. He's down into 12th, 13th for GT Rabbit. We saw he was driving well in a good position, but had a small off. Flashman there, only 3 seconds behind in 14th with Carbon. He's sort of 10 seconds faster than his lap. He's just got to knuckle down. He's got to find his rhythm. Kale only 4/10. Kale's having an off. He's come back onto the track. He's got the inside line on IR Graham. They slowed them both up, bunched them right up. So Matt Psycho is now in with the shout. Kale defending, but there Matt Psycho getting up the inside of IR Graham, but IR Graham's still holding it. They're not giving anything up here, these three. This is amazing racing. IR Graham is in 2nd. No, he's coming up to try and take the lead off of Kale. The win. We're a long way off that yet, guys. There's Matt Psycho and IR Graham in their little battle, and Kale trying to stay out of it. They're leading. They're coming down 3 wide into the tight hairpin, and IR Graham there takes the lead of the race from Matt Psycho wide. Kale drops down to 3rd place. Oh no, couple of rough corners there for our man Kale, the South African. And Psycho Pace still in 4th place. Now he can see these guys. He's trying to catch them back up. Skyjacker less than a second behind. Matt Psycho just dropped down to 3rd, so somehow Kale got up, and there you go, Matt Psycho. These two are battling each other hard, and Psycho Pace is catching him up with this, giving IR Graham the opportunity to just run away with it. Amazing, look at that. Ooh, who's that? They're catching up. GT Rabbit. No, it's Kale, isn't it? Sorry. I just saw a white car. So IR Graham now, he's nearly 1.5 seconds ahead of Kale. Kale back up into second, ahead of Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho under pressure. Ooh, from Psycho Pace. These cars, they're so leery, man. They're so leery. So there we see Skyjacker. We're sat on board. He's sat in 5th place. I've got to take my woolly hat off, man. I'm sweating. Absolutely sweating here. So, Jim Johnson on the chat saying great top 3 racing there. It's unbelievable, isn't it? Absolutely. So we're sat on board with Skyjacker in 5th place, chasing down Psycho Pace, who is all over the back of Matt Psycho, looking for a way past. Fantastic racing. So IR Graham now, he's pulled that out to 1.4 seconds from Kale. Kale's not going to let him get away too far and try and catch him up again, with Matt Psycho in 3rd, holding off Psycho Pace. With these two racing, it's giving Skyjacker the opportunity to see the exhaust pipes of the South African. In 6th place, 1 second behind these guys, 1.3 seconds behind these guys, is Jax Racing. He's got a nice little gap from Lou JS, who is 7 seconds behind him and 3 seconds ahead of Darren Salmon. Darren Salmon still holding that second ahead of Jim One Wise. Further back, Stevie Styler on his comeback. He's got past Noxie, and it just looks like in the distance there you can see Jam making a move on the Nox, and he's got him. Or has he outbraked himself? Noxie, he's outbraked himself a little bit, but he's managed to get back on. Noxie going around the outside of turn 2, and it looks like Noxie just there, but Jam's on the inside now. Who knows? Still, Noxie holding it off. Well done. Fantastic stuff. Jam has to try again, find another way to get past the Gulf liveried Red Bull Junior. They're side by side now, coming down to the hairpin. Jam has got the preferred line, the inside line. He's going for it, and there you go. Jam has made it past the Noxie for 11th place. Up in the lead then, IR Graham. 1.3 seconds. He's not running away from Kale. Kale keeping up with him in times of 15.7 there from Kale, with IR Graham doing a 15.7 also. Nothing in it between these two. Matt Psycho clinging on to the back of Kale, hoping for a small mistake from the South African. Psycho Pace holding 4th place still, only a second behind Matt Psycho, but Skyjacker on double points there, looking absolutely great there in 5th place. Anything happens to the guys ahead and he is there to sweep up. He really is. Jax Racing also having a great race. That Red Bull livery has given him a second or two in pace, I am telling you. Lou in the Jordan, he's looking beautiful there in 7th spot. Lou's highest finish, he finished 7th last week in the first sprint race, so he's there matching his best so far. Darren Salmon in 8th. And Darren Salmon's best finish last week was 6th, so he's looking for some more of that action, I can tell you. In 9th, Jim One Wise, 7 tenths behind Darren Salmon. He's slowly pulling him in. Stevie Styler there in 10th, out of position. Him and Jam because of their accident. GT Rabbit up into 13th. Carbon now 14th, sorry, ahead of Flashman. Flashman's having an issue. He's just been he's got the blue flag. He's got all the leaders coming past him. That is a stress, I must say. He's doing well though. He's staying out of their way best he can, trying not to get affect what's happening up ahead. So IR Graham 2.2 seconds now ahead of Kale. Kale had a rough lap on the last lap, 16.1 for IR Graham and 16.2, so it's this lap he's having a bad one. Is Kale losing that time? Now Matt Psycho only 8 tenths, but Matt Psycho under extreme. He's got the draft. Matt Psycho Pace has got the draft on Matt Psycho. Sorry, these two had a humdinger in GTMC Season 2. Always together on the track, and it looks like it's going to be the same for the Red Bulls. They're virtually matched on pace, these two. And it shows from the racing. Then Matt Psycho has got the fastest lap on lap 7 with a 15.5. So we're virtually 11.5 minutes left into this race, and we have 2 laps left after this lap. And the racing is strong. Absolutely, these two just a little nudge together. Jim Johnson, Carbon gained a place back. What happened there? I think Flashman made a mistake. That's not. IR Graham is nearly 3 seconds now ahead of Kale. Kale did a 16.7 on his last lap. Yeah, and 15.6, nearly a second faster was IR Graham. So Matt Psycho still holding off the South African of Psycho Pace. In 5th, Skyjacker some 3 seconds behind these guys, 1.5 seconds ahead of Jax Racing. Jax Racing having an absolute blinding race. They're in 6th place ahead. Where was Jax Racing's top finish last week then? Last week, Jax Racing got a 5th, a 7th and a 5th. So yeah, he's around there, isn't he? He's got his 6th. In between the two, Darren Salmon. I missed someone. There you go. Lou is still in 7th. Still, oh, he's 5 seconds ahead of Darren Salmon now. 8 seconds behind. Darren Salmon's pulled a little bit out on Jim Warren Wise there in 8th and 9th. Stevie Styler is getting close. He's getting close. To Jim Warren Wise. We're sat on board with Stevie Styler right now. Live from your living room, the VRC Red Bull Juniors. We're on lap 10. This is going real well. It's great first race we're having. Up in the front there, nothing in it, and all the way through the field there is racing happening. We're just sat on board with Stevie Styler now, catching up Jim One Wise, looking to take the position, just braking in time. Wow. Stopping distances on these cars are amazing. And now we'll get out the car, because as we're catching up Jim on Wise, we've got VRC Jam sitting right behind us. Fantastic racing here. Shadow Rider says, evening brother. Yo man, how's it going? Shadow Rider. Oh, the rabbits are chewing up my chair. I've got to, as soon as we have a gap, I'm going to go out there and kick some bunny hide. Does anyone want a bunny scarf? So Stevie Styler there is virtually all over the back of Jim One Wise, and now he's going to look up the inside. Is Jim One Wise going to defend it? He's staying out wide. He gave up the inside line. Looks like Jam is going to try and chuck it up there as well, but no. Jam, oh god, he pressed totally the wrong button there. Oh, 10, there you go. So you see Jim One Wise trying to defend his line from the Jam coming at him strong in the, all good, recovering after Friday night. Yes, don't have to drive that Hyundai anymore. And now we are into the last lap. Jam hasn't done anything about Jim One yet. Let's have a look at the leaders. He's only 2.5 seconds ahead of Kale. Kale is 2 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho's got 1 second breathing space from Psycho Pace. Whew-wee. Oh no, Jax Racing is up into 5th. Skyjacker down. I don't think that'll work. We'll give it a go. It's last lap. I don't like doing that too much. No, he's already gone. So we don't know what happened there, but Skyjacker dropping down into 6th. I mean, Lou is in 7th. Stevie Styler 8th ahead of Jim One Wise. Jim One Wise just getting overtaken. Oh my lord, what happened there? Darren Salmon, opportunist. He dived in there. I don't know if there'll be a Stuart and Darren. He's continuing that race. Oh, they are. Of getting ahead. Oh, they finished. There you go. Well done, IR Graham. Kale, 2nd place. Fantastic stuff. Matt Psycho in 3rd. Psycho Pace 4th. Jax Racing just coming around to finish in 5th ahead of Skyjacker. Amazing. There is Skyjacker on double points, so it's not too bad. They're crossing the line in 6th. Lou in 7th. Fantastic finish from Lou. In 8th, we've got Stevie Styler on the comeback drive, and look at the 3 cars in the background. We don't know who's going to finish in 9th. It looks like Jam ahead of Darren Salmon and Jim One Wise in 11th. Oh, Jim One Wise will be fuming now. Darren Salmon got through there at the end. Noxie crossing the line 12th. He's played his joker. That's double points for him. GT Rabbit, we saw having a rough first lap with his off, and he's had a small comeback to get ahead of Carbon and Flashman. Oh no, Flashman managed to get ahead of Carbon in the end, although Flashman's already finished. Oh yeah, Carbon's just coming round. Carbon's lap 10 was pretty rough, I must say. All of that, all the others, nice and consistent. But these cars, I chose them because they're meant to be nice and easy to drive, and as it's turned out, because the power's right up and under each other's downforce, they can be skittish. So IR Graham takes the win. He is the only one that has won in Red Bull so far. Congratulations. He didn't get the pole and he didn't get fastest lap this time, but he got the win. Super race, IR Graham. Well done. Let me take you to the... I've got to save the replay so I can do stewarding, and then I'll take you to the race results and we will have a look. I know I didn't cover half of that. There's so much happening. So IR Graham takes your win, and it looked like it was all Kale's, but we saw Kale make a small mistake. What was it, about lap 8, 9? And IR Graham leapt upon him and took no prisoners getting past. Kale then dropped down behind Matt Psycho, but managed to get ahead of Matt Psycho, and then Matt Psycho and Psycho Pace battled for the remainder of the race virtually. Jax Racing ended up in 5th. Skyjacker, we're not sure what happened, must have been a small mistake, putting him down to 6th. Lou having a great race after missing all the practice and qualifying mostly, to finish in 7th, with Stevie Styler in 8th on a comeback drive after coming together with Jam on lap 3, I think it was, and Jam finishing in 9th, with Darren Salmon in 10th. Jim on Wise, Darren Salmon was opportunist right there at the end, jumping ahead of Jim on Wise. Noxie down in 12th. GT Rabbit 13th. Oh, there's the settings getting changed. GT Rabbit in 13th, Flashman 14th, Carbon Dwarf in 15th. And Breathe. Let's go and have a look, see if anyone has gone onto the track. And Kale says sorry for the bump to Matt Psycho. So IR Graham, Kale and Matt Psycho, congratulations, says Skyjacker. Graham says I love you all, and I love you too, Graham, with the special man love. Darren Salmon, great race. I thought I was sitting pretty in 8th. So yeah, and oh yeah, Darren Salmon was up there. He must have had a drop and then come back. And then Graham says we are all the best. Skyjacker says 2040 for the next race, which is about 6 minutes. And Graham's still loving it. He's really lovey today. I wonder if he's been having those little, like a couple of doves or an apple. Hands are cramping. Loads of work on wheel. Yes. So workout. That's what it is. So let's go to the track, even though I don't know if there's anyone out yet. You can look at someone in the pit, because I've only got 6 minutes. Can't get many drags on. Look at that. Skyjacker sitting nicely in the pit lane. Okie dokie. Okay, sit tight, guys. Oh, Pat, quickly, let me just, before I go, all good, recovering for after Friday, Shadow Rider said. Pat says, looked like close racing all the way through, missed a couple of laps in the middle, so we'll watch it back again. There we go, and we saw Carbon Dwarf going out on the track, because he knows I need to go out. I need to save my seat from them buggering rabbits. They're there chewing a foam away. Half the chair's gone. And so yes, I'll catch you in 2 minutes, guys. Yo, 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 what's up, my homies? Back in the house, raise it up, yeet. I'm too old for that, am I, son? What should I be saying? Hello, good evening, and welcome back to the Virtual Racing Club. We're the old stuffy club. I'm in my tweed right now. I feel rather uncomfortable. This material rather itchy, but it's real quite a taste. We've had quite an awesome race. Am I allowed to say awesome? Awesome's not good, I suppose, either, is it? Wicked? We had a wicked race, y'all. God, you lot want to listen to me interact with my kid. Didn't kill the rabbits. Wanted to, but didn't. Just one stamp on the head, and they'd be done. Now they don't know what to do with themselves, and they're not eating my chair. They're just walking around the conservatory looking for something else to destroy. Absolute animals. Absolutely disgusting. We've got about a minute until race 2. Yeah, I'm back in the room with you guys now. I'm not talking to my family and slagging off the 2 bunny rabbits that we bought for the children, for them to learn a little bit of responsibility. And do you know how much responsibility either of them have taken over the bunnies? 0.0%. Guess who cleans them out every week? Me. So there we see Jam. He's gone fastest to 16.470. Everyone's putting their yes in. Johnny must be South African. I just found out one of my greatest loves in life is South African. Oti from Strictly Come Dancing. She's South African, so I'm moving to South Africa soon, guys. I am going to learn to speak the Dutch and say, ja, welcome. Afrikaan, if it's a derivative of Dutch, I think they can speak Dutch. I worked with a South African before, and he said that he can hold a conversation with a Dutch person because their languages are really similar. I don't get it. I can't explain it. I'm just saying that's what I heard. And I might have heard wrong. He might have been winding me up. He's probably hoping that I'd get a YouTube, join a YouTube channel once and one day do commentary and talk about South Africans and get it all completely wrong. And now here we are for the second race with IR Graham sat on a pole with Kale in second. Oh, it's just too much excitement, this is. 3 races in one night is too much. There they go, they're off now. It's a great start from Psycho Pace, but it's a better start from Psycho Pace, Kale. Kale there is on the outside though, so IR Graham got the inside line. Oh, was there a little nudgage? There's a bit of offage there, I think, somewhere. There was someone off camera. Oh no, they're all still there, I think. Good stuff, good show. They've all made it through. It's I don't know how they make it through. I really don't. It's amazing. So after that, we've got IR Graham leading from Kale. I thought Kale got the move, but he hasn't quite. Matt Psycho looking like he's making a move on Kale right now. 4-second spot. Going down to the hairpin side by side. Who's it going to be? Matt Psycho's got the inside line, but Kale's just slightly ahead. And there, oh, so Matt Psycho moving up into second place with Kale down into third. And Eleanor Pace. Psycho Pace is in 4th with Skyjacker up into 5th place, looking very racy indeed. It has to be said, he's looking, but there we see, oh God, it's racing all along we got Skyjacker, Psycho Pace, Stevie Styler is there. Oh no, we've had enough. Who's that? Who was that? Who was that? Oh my God. It's Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho's gone, and I don't know where he's gone. Let me find him. 11, 12, 13. Is he right at the back? Oh, Matt Psycho, and so does Lou. Looks like Lou's had an issue as well. Lou, Matt Psycho, Carbon Dwarf, Flashman's having a small off there. Carbon moving up into 12 behind GT Rab. Let's have a run through then, shall we? This is all too manic. IR Graham is leading the race by nearly 3 seconds. Psycho Pace is up into second ahead of Kale. Oh God, I'm so busy flashing around, I'm missing all the racing. Skyjacker then moving up into third ahead of Kale. Kale on free fall at the moment, but he's there still. Ooh, be careful with the tapping. So IR Graham leading from Psycho Pace, and Skyjacker and Kale cannot decide between the two of them. There we see Stevie Styler in 5th with Jam just very close. That is a crap camera. There we go. Now we can see him. So Jam in 5th, Jack's Racing there in 6th, just close behind the top 6. Nothing in it between them. There we see, oh, Kale's had another one. I didn't see Kale. Ooh. I got Graham then. Psycho Pace, Skyjacker, Stevie Styler in 4th, Jam in 5th, Jack's Racing in 6th, Kale down to 7th. I don't know what happened. 8th is Noxie on double points. This is good for him. There we see Jim Wise ahead of Darren Salmon at this point, with Rabbit in 11th, looking absolutely racy. Let's just jump on board with him for a minute while we see these two. Oh, they're coming together, and oh my word, GT Rabbit just made it through. It was like the Red Sea parted for him, and he was Moses. So we saw it coming together there with Darren Salmon and... oh, Darren Salmon making a lunge up the inside. That's an aggressive move, but GT Rabbit is going to do the same, try and go for the inside line. It's giving him plenty of racing room. Beautiful stuff from GT Rabbit there. Who is going to come out at top there? Always a bit bouncy between the two of them, and then Darren, oh, they're still there. Oh man, that was beautiful. Except for a few knocks, could have done without there. 4 seconds ahead of Psycho Pace. Psycho Pace really out wide. Jam is up into 3rd. Jack's Racing's 4th. Stevie Styler and Skyjack's down to 5th. I'm missing all the racing guys. I'm so sorry. It's all going off everywhere. And Kale in 7th, can see Skyjacker. Noxie is in 8th. Darren Salmon in 9th, ahead of Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho somehow got past GT Rabbit. GT Rabbit is ahead of Jim Wise, but Jim Wise has got Carbon all over him. Carbon looking racy there in this second race. Flashman down to 14th with Lou just not too far, only a second behind, trying to get to grips with the monster of the Red Bull Junior. So I.R. Graham 5.5 seconds ahead of Jam. This is great. I bet Jam wish he was doing double points this week rather than last week. There we see Psycho Pace in 3rd place ahead of Jack's Racing. Jack's Racing having a great race at the moment. Stevie Styler is in 5th ahead of Kale. Oh, Skyjack has dropped behind Kale. Oh gosh, who do I stay with? Where do I stay? Oh, the Iron Brew Red Bull car there. We see Loosey Goosey on the back end of that car. He's 2 seconds. Skyjacker is ahead of Noxie. Noxie's 3.2 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho, who is driving furiously as fast as he can to make up some ground on the people ahead of him. He's got a championship in mind. Here we see Darren Salmon and GT Rabbit. They're still at it. Unbelievable racing from these two. It's great stuff to see GT Rabbit up there. 12th is Carbon Dwarf ahead of Jim Wise. Jim Wise must have had some issue. I'll have a quick look. Oh yeah, I think we saw Jim Wise and Darren Salmon coming together, don't we? I think we'll see that land on the steward's report. Phew, 6.7 seconds. No stopping this I.R. Graham, is there? He's done a 15.8, the fastest lap so far. There we see Jam in 2nd, only a second ahead of Psycho Pace. Psycho Pace pushing. Jam's last lap was a 16.9, and Psycho Pace's was a 16.8. Jack's Racing there under pressure from Stevie Styler. Looks like Kale has got past Skyjacker already, I can't remember now. On board with Skyjacker. We see all this close racing ahead of us. We're on lap 5 of 12 here at Lago Maggiore West. There has been loads of racing we've missed as I've been flipping up and down the fields. And Skyjacker on board with in 7th spot. We can see 6th, 5th and 4th just ahead. Tantalisingly close to have a race with I.R. Graham. 7 seconds. There's nothing stopping the man. There's Jam. He's only half a second ahead of Psycho Pace now. Psycho Pace making the moves on board with Psycho Pace then. The South African chasing down Jam. This is great. These positions changing. I mean, I.R. Graham is running away with the championship, but the contenders is Psycho Pace, I would say. Psycho Pace and Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho really down the field, losing points in this race. There is a dropped round, so if they do have a bad round, it's okay. It can be dropped. The lowest score will be dropped from the championship. It's if you're using a joker and it's not going well. That's when you got to worry. So on board with Psycho Pace. Can't seem to do anything about the Jam at the moment. So IR Graham 7.5 seconds ahead of Jam, who is only half a second ahead of Psycho Pace. Psycho Pace is a second ahead of Jax Racing. Jax Racing is nearly 2 seconds ahead. But here we go. Kale and Stevie Styler both going into the hairpin together. Kale's got the inside line, but oh, I thought Skyjacker had a run on Stevie Styler then. And there you go. Psycho Pace is, no, Kale, sorry, is up into 5th place with Stevie Styler down into 6th. There's lots more racing to come from them two though, and Skyjacker will be hoping something mean will happen to the pair of them. There's Matt Psycho moving on up, as the M people would say. Noxie in 9th, GT in 10th ahead. He's pulled away from Darren a little bit now. He's got some breathing space from the Darren Salmon. Carbon in 12th, having a great race there ahead of Jim One Wise. He did a 19.4 on his last lap. Jim One Wise did an 18.7, so he's a little bit faster. Oh, they're all bunched up in the back here. Look, Lou and Flashman having a massive race. Lou looking up the inside of Flashman. Flashman's got the loose back end, but he's made it round. But Lou going up the inside there to take 14th from Flashman. For you, IR Graham 7.7 seconds ahead of Jam. Jam is 6/10 ahead of Psycho Pace. They're holding their position so far. There is Jax Racing up into 4th. So yes, that was right. Kale in 5th, Stevie Styler in 6th, Skyjacker in 6th. Nothing's changed in the last lap, at least. Matt Psycho in 8th, Noxie is in 9th, GT Rabbit in 10th, 11th for Darren Salmon, 12th for Carbon. But it's all a bunch here. This is going to be a massive race. Jim One Wise behind Carbon, but Lou JS is catching him up. He's only 4/10 behind, but oh, Flashman having a look to see if that door was open, and Lou said no, it is not. Go away. So Jim One Wise chasing down Carbon. He did 19.3 on his last lap. Carbon did 19.2. Carbon a little bit faster than Jim One Wise at this point in the race, but Jim One Wise is a canny racer. He knows what to do. Oh no, Carbon off, Carbon off. He's lost a little bit of momentum. He's off again. Oh, Carbon, poor Carbon. So Jim One Wise up into 12th, Lou into 13th, Flashman 14th, and Carbon there drops down to 15th after a small mistake, hardly anything. IR Graham is 8.4 seconds leading this race. Whoosh. There you go, my dominant friend. There is Jam in 2nd place. Whoosh. He's less than a second ahead of Psycho Pace. Psycho Pace is chasing him down. Psycho Pace's last lap was a 16.673 and Jam's was a 16.3. So Jam just pulling a couple of tenths out on a Psycho Pace on the last lap. Jax Racing just off of the podium. Like I said, what was Jax Racing? He got 5th and 7th, didn't he? 6th in the last round. Oh, 5th in the last round. He's getting 4th. He's a little quiet one, cracking on with those picking up those points there, isn't he? Just outside the podiums. Kale in 5th, nearly your race winner of race 1. Stevie Styler in 6th. Oh, he's out wide in that last corner, trying to get a good run on Kale down the start straight. He's just done a 16.8 next to Kale's 16.8 also. Oh no, Stevie Styler did 16.1, sorry. So he's going a bit quicker than Kale at this point in the race. What are we on? Lap 9? Wow, these races go by quick. Skyjacker holding that 7th place, but Matt Psycho only 1.5 seconds behind him. Matt Psycho did a 15.6 on his last lap, and Skyjacker did a 16.2. So that will turn into a race before the end of the line. Noxie in 9th, ahead of GT Rabbit in 10th. These are all holding their ground. Darren Salmon ahead of Lul JS. Has he dropped down a position then? Has Darren Salmon gone ahead of him? 17.5 on the last lap from Darren Salmon. I think Darren Salmon was behind Lou, so 19.0 the last 2 laps for Lou. Flashman 13th. Oh, Jim One Wise was it? He was dropped down. Jim One Wise was up there ahead. I'm not sure what's happened down the back there. Jim One Wise. But I know what's out at the front. Graham is leading by 10 seconds. He's just done the fastest lap of a 15.411. And he's on a lap 10. Jam is still, he's only 2/10 ahead of Psycho Pace. Psycho Pace. It couldn't be any closer between these two. Both their hearts must be in their mouths. This is absolute racing. Jax Racing sitting behind these two in 4th, just dreaming of a little bump A little knock between the pair of them would be the dream. Kale up to 5th. Matt Psycho has got past Skyjacker already. I said it was going to happen before the end of the race. Skyjacker, I think. Where is he? Oh no. Skyjacker down into 11th. Must have had a small off. I'm afraid. Oh dear. Didn't quite catch it. Sorry guys. But now Skyjacker down to 11th behind Darren Salmon, ahead of Lou JS. So Isle Graham 10 seconds ahead of Jam. Jam is under so much pressure. Can he maintain that position until... Ah, you bugger, I missed it. There you go. Can he maintain that position for another lap after this? It's going to be tough. It's a lot of pressure to take from the South African. Big slurp of drinky poos there. He needs it. I haven't stopped talking. I think this race has been absolutely non-stop. And I must have missed 70% of the racing. So it just goes to show what is happening here. So IR Graham 10 seconds ahead of Jam. Jam just about holding on to that second spot from Psycho Pace. And then it must be weird. It's got to be bitter, hasn't it? Because Jam used his Joker last week and got a 6th, a 5th and a 7th, and this week look, he's got a 2nd place. He'll be wishing he'd used his Joker this week, but it's not a 2nd place yet. We've still got a lap, this lap and the next lap to go. So Psycho Pace only 5 tenths behind at this point. Kale is 2.5 seconds behind these guys and 3 seconds ahead of Stevie Styler in a comfortable 4th. Where's Jax Racing? Oh no, Jax Racing's dropped down to 6th place. And he's behind Stevie Styler. Matt Psycho moving on up. Look at him. In 7th with Noxie in 8th after Skyjacker's down. Darren Salmon in 9th with GT Rabbit up into 10th position. 11th for Skyjacker. Lou JS is in 12th. Flashman is in 13th. Carbon 14th ahead of Jim 1 Wise. Whoo-wee, these guys are earning their money tonight. So we can see IR Graham has just started the final lap. Jam in 2nd. Psycho Pace is so wanting that 2nd spot. You can just tell. You can just tell that he wants it. And he is chasing him down. I like how he's put a number on the nose. I never said you had to. I don't know. I wanted to leave the cars for people to do as much with as they could when I come up with the regulations. So it's literally the number boards and the spoiler. The spoiler's ours. Oh, he's going to make a move and he's lost it. Oh my God, he's lost it. His fellow countryman there coming to go past into 3rd. Oh my word. Stevie Styler's moved up. Oh, he's going the wrong way. He's giving it a spin. Noxie is the next in line. And now Noxie, he's not quite catching up with him. And Matt Psycho all over the back of Jax Racing. He's looking up the inside. Is he going to make it? There, IR Graham has gone past the line. Well done, IR Graham. We're watching Jam coming around. Hey, fantastic from VRC Jam. Well done. Congratulations. In Kale in 3rd. Super duper. Stevie Styler, a great 4th position after his first race. Matt Psycho looked like it was all over. He finishes in 5th ahead of Jax Racing in 6th. Psycho Pace after his spin coming around in 7th ahead of Noxie. Noxie was close. It was so close for Noxie to get that 7th off him. Noxie earning double points today. There we see Noxie crossing the line. Skyjacker in 9th ahead of GT Rabbit in 10th. Darren Salmon finishing 11th, coming around now ahead of Lou JS. Is he just? No. Lou JS just quite gets the 11th ahead of Darren Salmon. Whew, I don't know what happened there. 13th we have Jim On Wise coming around. Oh, Jim On Wise has managed to get ahead of Flashman and Carbon. I don't know what happened there. Flashman then, oh God, they're coming across for 14th. And Carbon coming across in 15th. Oh no, 224 laps for Carbon at the end there. So that is your grid. I mean, your grid, your finishing results. Now this next race, race 3, well, let's get this out of the way. Congratulations, IR Graham. He got the fastest lap. Pole position don't count because it's just what the results of the first race was. But fantastic stuff for this next race. They're going to reverse them and have a rolling grid, which is going to be immense. So let me just quickly save the replay for stewarding things. It doesn't go blurry when I do that. That's good then. And then let's have a look at your race results for race 2 here at Lago Maggiore West Side. I.R. Graham won that. He won it quite convincingly by nearly 11 seconds. And what a drive it was. He got his fastest lap on lap 9 with a 1:15.411. Super stuff there, I.R. Graham. You are the man. In second place, a VRC Jam. What a drive. All the pressure from the South African behind him of Psycho Pace. And he soaked it up like a dirty old rag. In third place, you have Kale Take a Boo, my son. Great podium finish there. Stevie Styler in fourth. Matt Psycho on the comeback of all comebacks, finishing in fifth place. Jack's Racing. What could have been? He was up there. He was fourth for the longest of times. He could have taken that third place when Psycho Pace had his small off. Psycho Pace went for the move on Jam, ran out of road, lost the back end, and ended up back in seventh. Oh, they're all making these mistakes. These championship contenders are all losing. So I.R. Graham is our Hamilton, isn't he? He really is. So in eighth, Noxie on the double points. He'd be happy with that, I imagine. Ninth for Skyjacker, also taking the double points from these races. GT Rabbit in 10th with Lou JS in 11th. Darren Salmon in 12th. And man alive, they had their own kind of race in the back here. This lot, that was amazing. I could have split this into two. Watch them and watch the front lot. So Jim Onwise in 13th. He had a comeback, so I saw he was in last for the longest time. Flashman in 14th ahead of Carbon Dwarf PS. I must add that, remember, with Carbon, he's just getting used to a new steering wheel. He was a controller user and he's moved over to a steering wheel, so there is an element of him trying to get used to it. Oh, 9:05. We've got about 5 minutes, guys. You know what that means. You get a bit of peace and quiet. You get to watch Darren Salmon, I think, going around and around. You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, right round, right round. Hello again. Welcome back. We're just getting ourselves all prepped up, ready for the third race. Oh God, it's been draining. Race 1 and race 2, them guys out there, they really are having to drive, whoa, and crash. But they're driving more than crashing. And it's been absolutely spanking in the chat. We have, oh, Jim Johnson again. Yo, Jim. Some great racing tonight, chaps. From front to back. Awesome stuff. We've got a fan. I reckon he'll be blowing the dust off his Gran Turismo Sports game. Getting himself into the Discords. Getting himself into a couple of these races. It's great fun. It really is for these guys. So sit on board with Lou for a little while we're practicing. We've got about 1 minute. Oh, I better say back. Right then. It's weird, I was going to say Slack Jack is back, but there's Jacks in this now, so Slack. Oh no, I'm not even going to put Jack because there is Jack, and I feel like he'll be thinking I'm talking about him. I'm not talking about Jack's Racing, I'm just talking about I'm back. But I was going to put Slack Jack is back, but now we've got Jack's Racing. I can't say that, so I'll just say back. And here we see Flashman. I thought I tapped you as I slowed. I see, ready, as always happy here, says Flashman. And then we're getting the Y's coming through, big capital Y's, but I haven't pushed the little Y for a while because I've moved over to yeet, just to annoy my 12-year-old son. Yeet. So one's on his Switch, the other's on his headphones. We've got 5 seconds left for this third race. Oh, it's tantalising stuff here. Jim Johnson defo up for getting back involved, even if it is to bring up the back of the grid. There is no bringing up the back. Racing is racing. You could be racing for 14th or you could be racing for first. It's still racing. So there we see Carbon Dwarf, Flashman and Jim on Wise on the front for this rolling start. And I do know for a fact Carbon does not like starting on the front. He says those big bullies, they come past so fast. They don't slow down for you. He didn't say it like that. He's quite manly. He's hairy. He's big. He's a scary human being. And then you find out he's soft in the middle. It's so nice. It's so delicious. It's like a chocolate. And there they go. For the third time tonight here at Lago Maggiore West Side. And Carbon leading them into the first corner. Very good. Jim One Wise and Flashman looking like they nearly come across each other, but the rest of the field all making it through. I go whipping up these numbers just so I can keep up with them all. And then you can see the leader at the back, I.R. Graham. Can he do anything? Oh, just had a look under the underbelly of Carbon's car. And I never noticed he had some swirls, but Carbon pulling away a little bit there. 8/10 ahead of Jim on One Wise, with Flashman in third. Darren Salmon making a move on Flashman up the inside in the tight, well, I say tight hairpin, it's a fast hairpin, but Flashman just managing to stay ahead of Darren Salmon. Behind them we've got Skyjacker already up to 5th, Lou in 6th. So we've lost a couple of people. Oh, let's have a look. Jack's Racing is in 8th, Psycho Pace 9th, Matt Psycho 10th. I don't know who we've lost at the back there. Kale is in 11th. It's a swamp down here. 12th for IR Graham. Jam is in 13th. Stevie Styler and Noxie. It looks like we've lost those early on, but there's some more, isn't there? Darren Salmon there in 13th. Jam is in 14th, right on the back of that. Oh, IR Graham. I just saw IR Graham flying off to one side. My word, I don't know if these are crunchers or if it's just everyone trying to, it's cold tyres early in the race. Jam in 11th, so up in the lead then. Carbon Dwarf still 3/10 ahead of Jim One Wise, with Flashman in 3rd. Skyjacker's caught Flashman up. He's trying to get past. He's trying his best. He's going up the inside of 3rd place. Is he going to make it stick? He's there. He's got 3rd. Now he is ahead of Flashman, chasing down Jim One Wise, who is chasing down Carbon Dwarf. Is he going to lead the whole lap? But well, he has led a whole lap. We're on the 2nd lap already. Well done, Carbon. Keep it up, good man. We're going down into the fast hairpin, and Jim Wise pulling out of the draft to go for the inside line. It looks like he's got it. He's got it. Oh, Jim Wise, amazing move on Carbon there. Carbon just recovering. Lou is up into third. Where did Lou come from? With Psycho Pace in fourth. Jax Racing is in fifth. Matt's like, where did Skyjacker go? Oh my God, Skyjacker is down in 12th. Oh, dearie, dearie me. We'll have a quick sneak peek. He's there in third. Oh, Flashman. Oh no, missed out. He's got caught out with the braking. Oh, that's painful when you're on double, when you're on a joker. Poor Flashman. Oh dear. And Skyjacker, obviously. Poor Skyjacker. But oh, how annoying. So Jim Wise leading from Carbon Dwarf, who is a leading. Psycho Pace has made his way up there into third with Lou in fourth. Jax Racing is up into fifth. Matt Psycho fifth, making a move on Jax Racing. Now Matt Psycho is in fifth, while Jax Racing is down into sixth. He's got Kale right behind him in seventh. Jam is up into eighth. GT Rabbit in ninth. I've jumped to 11th there, missing out Stevie Styler. Stevie Styler's in 9th. GT Rabbit's in 8th. Have we lost someone else? 10th is IR Graham, making that recovery drive. Some 2.5 seconds behind Stevie Styler, who, by the way, I found out very recently is Stevie Styler and IR Graham are bros. For real, not just bros like really good mates, but proper bros. Skyjacker on a comeback there, looking for a way past Darren Salmon. He makes it stick up the inside. A beautiful move there. Darren Salmon in 12th with Noxie down in 14th, and Carbon Dwarf in 15th. I didn't see how he ended up all the way down there from up to where he was. I don't know. I could have done a replay on it. Oh, go on then. I think I've run out of time now. Hang on. No, run out of time. Sorry, guys. So Jim Wise leading the way, 1.5 seconds ahead of Psycho Pace. He did a 1:20 on his last lap. Psycho Pace did a 1:15.6, which is the fastest lap so far. We're on lap 4. Lou is up onto a podium position, but Matt Psycho is all there. Oh, bit of defending there. Matt Psycho out wide. It's giving Kale the opportunity. Jax Racing is up to third. Jax Racing snuck past while Lou and Kale were having their moment. Now they're both off. Oh my lord, and they've managed to get back on again. Matt Psycho behind. Oh no, now Lou is behind Matt Psycho, and Jam is up into 7th. They're making their way through. There's Stevie Styler in 8th, Niall Graham in 9th, Rabbit is in 10th. He's dropped down a couple of places. There's 11th for Skyjacker. He's moved up 1. Darren Salmon, I think, has moved down 1. Flashman in 13th. Noxie 14th, chasing down Flashman with Carbon there. Some 4 seconds behind these guys. Jim Wise 6/10 ahead of Psycho Pace. Absolutely amazing. They've got a bit of a gap between them and Jax Racing. Jax Racing having a bit of an off at the moment. That's going to slow him down, giving Kale the opportunity to pull him in. They're only a second apart. Matt Psycho sticking to the back of the South African, and Jam there in a 6th, sticking to the back of him. IR Graham on his comeback ahead of his brother now, Stevie Styler. GT Rabbit is back up into 9th, ahead of Lou. Oh, Lou, we saw having a bit of an off. Skyjacker in 11th, trying to maximise his points because he's getting doubles. 12th for Darren Salmon. Flashman there in 13th, ahead of Noxie, driving defensive into the tight first corner, and Carbon there not that far behind them guys. So there we go. Jim Wise is looking like he has been overtaken by Psycho Pace up the inside. Jim Wise driving clever, I imagine, thinking he's got no fight for the pace of Psycho Pace. But he is on lap 5, coming up to the halfway point of this race, and he's sitting in a great second spot. If he can stay ahead of Jax Racing, who is now having the fun of keeping Kale behind at bay, and he's doing some wonderful racing, but Kale's gone. He sold him a dummy. He went out wide. Jack went to cover him, and Kale slung it up the inside. Amazing move there from Kale. Fantastic stuff. Sorry, Jack, but that was great. Great racing from Kale, going up into 3rd spot now, and now Matt Psycho looking for a way past. He's up alongside Jax Racing. It's going to be a do or die into the 1st corner. It looks like Matt Psycho had a little bit more oomph coming out of the last corner. Jax Racing conceding the corner, just slipping in behind. And Matt Psycho there is a Jam. just behind Jack's Racing, IR Graham. Oh no, there's a yellow flag. That means there's another change of position, I imagine. GT Rabbit in 9th. He's fighting off Lou. Lou's looking for a way past. Lou's looking like he was going to get the inside there. But GT Rabbit says, no, son. It's my spot, my 9th. You stay in 10th. Skyjacker, meanwhile, catching these two up. Sitting on board with Skyjacker, we can see Lou making a move for the inside of the hairpin as he outbraked himself. It looks like GT Rabbit's gone back up the inside of him. Fantastic racing ahead of us, and this gives Skyjacker the opportunity to really cling onto the back of these guys, leading up to the very fast section. No lifting round here. Oh dear, oh, he lost the downforce. See, this is what it's like when you get too close to the car. You just lose your downforce. Unbelievable. Poor Skyjacker. And there, Psycho Pace some 5 seconds ahead of Kale. Kale up. Ooh, who we lost then? Who did we lose up there? Jim on Wise. Jim on Wise is down to 8th position. Oh, poor Jim. I pressed the buttons. You're not giving me replays anymore. Oh, I've lost my replays. I'll have to clear my cache next time. But Jim on Wise down to 8th from 2nd spot, and now we have got the South African invasion. It's because I was doing a really poor South African accent earlier, so they thought we'll teach you. And they're now 1-2 on this race with Matt Psycho in the last podium position. Jack's Racing there in 4th. IR Graham, what a comeback in. We saw him having an off on the first lap. Here we are, lap 7. He's got the fastest lap. He's doing the fastest lap. And he's just behind Jack's Racing by 3/10. Jack's Racing under a lot of pressure here from the championship leader. But he can do it. He can soak it up. I know he can. Stevie Styler then in 6th position. 7th for a Jam. He's made his way through. Jim on Wise dropped down to 8th. Skyjacker up to 9th. He got ahead of Lou and Rabbit. It looks like Rabbit really lost out though, because Darren Salmon is now ahead of Rabbit, and Rabbit is a little bit further back. Ooh, at 21. He's got Noxie on his case. Noxie catching him up. Ooh. Noxie only 6/10 behind. Carbon ahead of Flashman. These two are trading places. Psycho Pace then 5.3 seconds. He's just taken the fastest lap off of IR Graham with a 15.447, 5.3 seconds ahead of his fellow countryman Kale, who did a 15.523. He is only 1.2 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho, who did a 15.7. The pace at the front is phenomenal. Jack's Racing still holding that 4th place from IR Graham. We've got to get on board with IR Graham. IR Graham's going to... Ooh, a bit of lag spike there. He's going for the outside. He's going to cut on the inside, but there's no room there. Oh, there's a little knock, but I think the gentleman that IR Graham is, I think he lifted off to account for the tap. And he's doing everything he can to get past Jack's Racing, and Jack's Racing is defending. He's defending lovely, keeping him under bay. He's got Matt Psycho just ahead of him. There we see IR Graham trying to find himself some space. He can't do it. Jack's Racing, oh, there he goes. Have we got it? No. He's had to back out of it a little bit because these cars are a bit finicky, and right behind him he's got his brother Stevie Styler all over him, crying out loud. This is some sort of amazing racing we've got going on here for 4th, 5th and 6th, and it looks like 7th place Jam is starting to catch up. IR Graham, he doesn't worry about the loss of downforce sitting behind these cars. He is virtually stuck to the back of Jack's Racing. This is too much pressure. We've got another yellow flag. I can't see anyone moving. I don't know who's adding off. Oh, it looks like Carbon. Looks like Carbon was parked up at the side there. And if this racing wasn't so close, I would go back and have a look, because there, he's trying another move. He's trying it on the outside and swinging it on the inside again. Will he do it this time? Jack's Racing, he knows the move. He keeps it covered. There you go. Ooh. It's hard to see what's lag and what is racing going on at the moment between those two. It's like we're having a bit of an issue. So let's have a quick look to see if it was Carbon there. Pulled over. Yeah, he's behind Flashman now. 58 seconds. Deary me. I wonder if he just pulled over because of the blue flags and just wants to get out of it. Flashman there, 36 seconds behind Lou. Lou is 4 seconds behind Noxie. Noxie is 1.3 seconds behind GT Rabbit. GT Rabbit there in 11th, just 2.8 seconds behind Darren Salmon. Skyjacker some 5 seconds ahead in 9th, with Jim on Wise in 8th. Oh, Jimmy boy. He did a 31. He couldn't have done a 31 on his last. He didn't. Jimmy boy, you were in 2nd spot, man. You were doing a grand job. Don't want to rub it in. So Jam there in 7th, having a great weekend round. Stevie Styler in 6th, behind Isle Graham. Isle Graham still cannot get past Jack's Racing. Jack's Racing. He's gonna. Oh, he's learnt the defensive mode from Skyjacker. He really has, but there we see, he's up alongside him now, he's outbraked him, but, oh, has he outbraked himself? Yeah, a little bit. And Jack's Racing still holding that 4th spot. Whew, he must be tingling. So, Psycho Pace, he's dropped a couple of tenths from Kale, but Kale, it's on lap 10, 4.5 seconds to go, 2.5 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho's some 4. Oh, Isle Graham's done it. He's finally got past Jack's Racing, and now he's got to chase down Matt Psycho. Jack's Racing then in 5th, still a great position, he says, as he goes off wide. He's got Stevie Styler not that far behind, and Jam in tow also. You can just see in the background Jim One Wise in 8th spot, and Skyjacker just coming around there in the corner for 9th. Whew, so the leader there, Psycho Pace, he is 4.7 seconds ahead. He's on the penultimate lap. He's going for another fastest lap. He's really found the pace of this car by race 3. In the chat, Pat says, Mr. Race and a half. Oops, I've got some catching up to do tomorrow. If the first race is anything to go by, the racing will be great. They got better and better. I've got to say, race 1 was great, race 2 was greater, and race 3 the greatest. I am loving it. Kale, he's not managing to catch up at Psycho Pace. He's holding station with Matt Psycho. Isle Graham, he's got it under 4 seconds, but so far it's only a lap to go. There we see Jack's Racing now. After all that pressure he's had, where's Stevie Styler go? Stevie Styler dropped behind Jam. Jam was there. I can't do a replay this late in the race. Oh no, I can't do a replay. I've got to delete my cache before I can do any of those. So wow, these intense racing. There's Jack's Racing holding that 5th so far, with Jam in 6th. We are now going on to the last lap. This is your order: 8th Jim One Wise, Skyjacker in 9th, Rabbit is in 10th, with Darren Salmon in 11th. But Noxie's looking for a way past Darren Salmon right now. He's got it the inside line on the final corner, and Noxie moving up to 11th ahead of Darren Salmon in 12th, who's ahead of Lou in 13th. Flashman is in 14th. Carbon Dwarf is in 15th. So whoa, Psycho Pace some 5 seconds ahead of Kale. They're on the last lap now. Matt Psycho 3 seconds behind Kale now. Isle Graham only 3 seconds. He's nearly caught a second up on Matt Psycho, but it's all too late unless Matt Psycho makes a mistake at this point. The podium seems to be a shoe-in, should we say. So watch as the Psycho Pace coming around the last couple of corners. This is the final corner. There you see Carbon going across the line. It's got to do another lap. Then here we go. Congratulations, Psycho Pace. You broke Isle Graham. It's run 5 races and then done. I'm Psycho Pace. Kale comes in 2nd. Matt Psycho 3rd. Brilliant podium position there. Jack's Racing. Jack's Racing. Where? Why is it saying Jack's Racing's 4th? He didn't finish in 4th. So Isle Graham 4th, sorry. Jack's Racing's 5th. Stevie Styler finished in 6th, ahead of Skyjacker, who finished ahead of Jim One Wise. Oh, Jam dropped right down. Oh my lord, I should have kept an eye on that. Jam down in 9th, with GT Rabbit finishing 10th. Noxie 11th, Darren in 12th. Luge coming around to finish a lovely 13th. I imagine he wanted higher. We saw him up to 7th at some point in that race. His lap times are slightly erratic though. Bit more consistency, Lou. I reckon you're going to be in the 5th and 6th, maybe knocking on podiums. So there's Lou finishing in 13th. We're pretending we're not seeing him do that. It does say in the rules not to do slides over the line, but I'm the soft steward, so I don't, unless I get told. And now I've said it on the stream, I'll get a message from the admin saying, you know the rules. And I'll say, oh, but it was just a bit of fun. So there you go, 15th for Carbon. Well done, Psycho Pace. We didn't think Isle Graham was ever not going to win a race, but there we see Psycho Pace getting in there and taking a victory in race 3. Look, Psycho Sheep, Zach says well done. Psycho Sheep, Psycho Pace, fastest lap and the victory. Congratulations. Right then, let's go and save that replay. Have a little sniff. Are you sure you want to save the replay? Yes, please. And then we'll take you to the race results, and then we'll wrap it up because it's not quite 9:30 yet, but thanks. Thanks, mate. Psycho Pace. No worries, man. You are awesome. That was a great drive. So, Psycho Pace, a great win there for the race 3 of round 2 of the Red Bull Junior X with the Virtual Racers Club. In second spot, we have a Kale, a South African lockout there at the top, of white bread, brown bread. Matt Psycho, last of the podium. Take a boo, my son. Graham having a comeback. We saw him having an off in the early parts of the race, and he came back up till 4th position. Jack's Racing maintained that 5th from Stevie Styler in 6th. Skyjacker finishing in 7th. Jim on Wise in 8th. Jam in 9th. Rabid in 10th, Noxie 11th, Darren Salmon finished in 12th, Lou J in 13th, Flashman 14th, and Carbon Dwarf in 15th. Your fastest lap was Psycho Pace on lap 7 with a 1:15.447. That is fantastic. That was great. I really enjoyed that. I'm telling you, with the pressure off of not hosting, you get to really sit and relax and enjoy the racing. And I must say, I enjoyed that a lot. Well, here we go. That's Sunday evening. That's the weekend wrap-up, I guess. I'm going to go off and scratch something. Scratch a rabbit out, I tell you. Chewing a bloody seat. And, yes, I'll catch you. I don't know. Saturday Mika Wivery is doing a Mitre Madness, the Max 5s. And we think we've got enough people now to broadcast that bad boy. So Saturday night we should be on with a bit of a special Max 5 race. Friday we've got nothing on because they're practicing for the Spa 2.5 hours. The Friday after that we'll be doing qualifying of the Spa 2.5 hours. And the Friday after that we will be covering the 2.5 hour race at Spa with the Group C Le Mans cars. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. So Saturday, we've just got that. Keep an eye out for the WRX challenges. They're always dropping each week. One will be dropping tonight, I think. I'm sure they will. And also the Porsche that was postponed 1 week because of GT's servers will be taking place again Tuesday, so that will be dropping next week also. That's all the news I've got to tell you, I believe. Thank you, everyone, for watching and for taking part. That was an absolute stunning race. 3 races. I loved it. Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for racing. Thank you for everything. It's been cracking. I better sign out. So that was me, your commentator. Hang on, let me find it. I was your commentator and broadcaster, Dixie Rhett. I love you all. Be nice to each other. I'll catch you soon. Look, he closed the room just as I closed the broadcast. Ha 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 ha.